are adding, we're on the next section, right? So we're adding images to our web page. We're still in Replit, and this is different. Everything I'm doing is like new to me, so we going through this together. Okay, so we had to create a folder, images, and then from there, right? So you see these, we added these JPGs. They have to be under 500 kilobytes because if they're not, it's gonna take a shit on itself. Um, so as you can see, you know, these are going to be, we're gonna create a slideshow. So the concept of the website is beaches and gardens, right? So we got the JPGs. But in order for this to actually facilitate a website, or excuse me, facilitate a slideshow, certain code has to be put in the index, right? So we created a copy of the index, right? Because we're about to go and do some shit on here. It's about to get way convoluted. So in here, we're gonna add some stuff. It's gonna be in HTML. Okay, so when we add it, we're gonna add the websites that we took it from. Okay, so let's go ahead. We know that it's gonna be under this body because we have the head, we have the link, we have the. So you want to make sure in the body this is where all your stuff is gonna go, right? So now here, this is where you're gonna put your slideshow. So right now, me and you doing my homework. We doing homework, honey. We doing homework. So we're gonna go in, and the way I usually look at it is I just format it by whatever the hell the letter is. We know for a fact that it needs to start under the Y. If it doesn't, you're gonna get that little squiggly line. The shit's just gonna be sucky, right? Okay. So I got my music going. Let's see if it. Hopefully, it doesn't take out my voice. Um. Okay, so we know that we want to put slideshow here. So I've already kind of written this code beforehand, or at least copied it to make sure that I don't look fucking stupid. We'll take this here. Oh, look at that, right? Okay, so remember what I said about Replit before? It has a lot of AI stuff in there. It's really good. So whatever the fuck you're doing, it's gonna catch on real quick, right? So we're gonna put the tag in there. See? It already knows that we're trying to do a container for this particular class to do this slideshow, right? It even tells you a space separated list of the classes of the element. How phenomenal is that? So just use tab, boom, look at that. Okay, so we know that that's already there, right? So we're gonna go to the next line so we can put the rest of our code in. This is gonna be under C. If you don't do it under C, it's not gonna work right, right? So you want to do content slider now. So we're gonna go back over here under C. Um, and we're gonna do shit. I got confused. Got confused. All right, we're gonna do this tag here, right? Is going with me. Equal sign. Now we're gonna do the quotation marks slider. Oop, my bad. Content slider. We're supposed to be doing content slider. All right. Wrong answer. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. So it knows that we're gonna do another division, whatever, to it, but it's not necessarily gonna be like it's gonna be right under it. I don't know why it does that. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's insane. Okay, so we got the content slider right now, but this one's gonna be different. It's not gonna be this. It isn't gonna be this, right? We're not going here. If you see this here, this isn't gonna be. It's gonna be a little different. We're still gonna put the source of where we got that JPG from, but it's not gonna be particular that. So it's close. It's close. Um, so now we're gonna do the ID slider and the slider container. Okay. Um, So we're gonna go under ID, and like I said, it's critical that you do the shit the way it's supposed to be done. Because if you don't, it will take a shit on itself. Trust and believe. I know, because I've had to do it over and over again. So you do vision ID equals, and then we do slider, right? And then we do that one here. Another tag there. All right, we're gonna do a little spacey. All right. Exclamation point. Dot.
Stop, please.
Slider. So these are notes. When you see that shit in green, that means it's notes. We're telling you that this is a slider container, right? This isn't necessarily this isn't necessarily like code that's gonna initiate. We're giving you notes and keywords to let you know, hey, this is a slider container. This is the slideshow. That's not actually gonna, go and do its stuff whenever you go to run the code. Okay, so after we did the slider container, now we got to do the ID mask, right? That's why I said it was going to be different from what. And look at that. So it gets you close to where you're supposed to go. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. We're going to do division. We're going to do ID equals quotation mask. And then we're going to do this here, okay? Now we're going to and we're going to do exclamation, dash, and it's going to be mask. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so that basically kind of gives us an idea of what the fuck we're doing. We're trying to do a slideshow. But in order to do that slideshow, all this information has to be in there, okay? So now we're gonna go to our UL tag. And I think we talked about this before, the UL tag.
Loud luxury, the last one there. Coming up now, I got a decade for you, the 2010s. A little
2010s? What? 2010s, son?
No.
Okay.
No.
You see how it already looked at it, right?
No. We
You're out.
do not pursue this.
So here it tells you, UL element represents a list of items, okay, where the order of the items is not important. Meaning it's unorganized. So it doesn't give a fuck, right? But at the same time, it's still a list of stuff. It's just not organized, right? The order of the items is not important. So it's not like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. It could be Delta, Echo, Alpha. It doesn't matter the allocation of that particular item. It doesn't have to be in order. That's what the UL tag means, okay? Just in case y'all was a little confused. Okay, so now we've got our UL tag, right? Okay, so you see that UL? Here's the thing about this, right? A little thing. What in the whole fuck? That's not what we doing. You see how it just popped that up? That's not what we're doing. But Replit is going to go along with you. As you enter the HTML code, it's going to get a hint of what you're doing. It's going to kind of give you suggestions, and it's up to you to accept them. Okay, what was I saying before that? The UL, so that UL at the end, you need a tag in the beginning, you need a tag at the end. If you do not close that tag, it's not going to recognize all that code you put on. So let's just say you put in 15 lines of code. If you do not put the UL at the end, it doesn't give two fucks about what you put in. And then you're mad because your code's not running, right? So this is why this little thing right here, you see this little thing right here? This is important. Automatically formatted it for you. Everything in between, all this in between is going to be code. Okay, so now we're going to get to LI, right? You see that LI, but we're not going to do this particular stuff because we're not there yet. Okay, we're still trying to get to the point where we actually put the website that we got. We're connecting those JPGs. You see those? That's where we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, so anyway, I think that's enough for now. I'm probably going to do another video to kind of give you an idea, because once we start doing this, we're going to have like the URL ready in order to put it in there. But this kind of gives you an idea of how we're going to start to add the images to our actual website so it can show the slideshow, right? Once it gets done, it'll look really pretty, but anyway, to be continued.